This is N9TTK. I'm going to try to do a quick overview of the latest setup to the shack. Got the secret lab chair. Second radio is a FTDX10D, the IC8 antenna switch controller, band decoder, using a Yuri key made in Ukraine. That's the rotor controller for the tower. That's controlled with the ERC Mini and PST rotator. Weather station. It's an NCC2 phasing box I use for receive verticals. And above that is a U2R SO2R box for micro ham. This is a keypad that sends CW, RIDI, or sideband through memory from the SO2R box. That's the controller for the hex beam. That's manually controlled. Here's the 101. That's the radio 1. Got the FH2 controller or a keypad that does the same thing as what the SO2R box does. The keypad on the SO2R box, but only on radio 1. And then another IC8 for this radio, and we'll get into the stack match here in a second. There's my VHF UHF radio. The radio itself is actually mounted under the desk right there. Some 3D printed brackets, and there's the speaker. 50 amp power supply. The computer's over there under the desk. You can see a whole bunch of rat's nest of wire I haven't got cleaned up yet. I want to mention I've got ferrite all over the place. 31 mix cores on everything. Really helps with the RF getting into stuff. Okay, now for the stack match. That is a new stack match controller I just got. I'm running all three of my beams into this. So when my radio, or when my antenna switch is in the C31 position, now we're on the C31. Now we're on C31 and the southeast. Now we're on all three. Drop the C31. You get the idea. We can go to all three. And then I've got the dual feed line option, which is this. And what that does is that takes the hex beam and sends it back to the switch. So now the hex beam is back to this position. So what that allows me to do is have, say, the C31 on main radio 1, and then the hex beam on radio 2. So that's what I'm doing there. And then I'm currently working on another antenna switch to where I can separate the southeast antenna as well to send it back to the switch. And over here, it's not pretty, but it's functional. There's my stand for my bandpass filters and my Flex Power Genius XL. This is new to the shack. Both radios run into it. Down here I've got bandpass filters that I only use when I'm doing SO2R, which I haven't been lately. A couple unified microsystems band decoders. Those run from the SO2R box. It pulls data from N1MM and sends the data to the bandpass filters. So I'm only running the bandpass filters when I'm contesting. In fact, they're not even the coax isn't even hooked up at the moment. I switch it in there before I contest. And back there I've got a dummy load sitting on the edge of it. This is a relay board, just a USB controlled relay board, and then that is a W7 IUV preamp for my receive antennas, which are currently a beverage. It's currently just a northeast beverage on the ground. I've got the wire out for the northwest beverage on the ground, but I haven't got it put in yet. And then up here, there's the stack match. There's the 2x8 antenna switch. That is a 1x4 receive antenna switch and a receiver protector. And then that is the dual feed line option. So I'm building a second one of these, currently waiting on some parts from DigiKey. And then that's what separates my hex beam from the stack match. And then I'll do the same thing with the southeast antenna. So that's all for now. Thanks.